Europe is shaking. People are calling for borders, for identity, for us versus them. But this isn't just a wave of anger, it's a power play, a silent war about the future of Europe. For those of you who see that the world's biggest wars aren't always fought with weapons, but with ideas, this is meta mindset. All empires have one thing in common. They never believe they can fall. Rome, the Ottoman Empire, the Soviet Union. They had armies, an economy, culture. But from within, there were cracks. Division, mistrust, internal enemies. Today, we see similar cracks in the EU. Country after country is seeing extremist parties in their parliaments. Trust in EU institutions is at a record low. And when the people turn away, someone else turns in. In the 70s, Chile, Argentina and Brazil fell into dictatorships. Behind the scenes, the CIA and American interests. Operation Condor was a collaboration between the US and military dictatorships in South America. The purpose? Stop communism. The method? Terror, propaganda, murder. President Allende of Chile was overthrown in 1973. General Pinochet took power with US approval. Our business interests are more important than democracy, say documents from the White House. Division, threats, internal terror, those were the tools. And it worked. When the Soviet Union fell in 1991, the West thought the game was won. But Russia came back with new weapons, hybrid warfare, a war without tanks, without bombs, but with narratives, algorithms, targeted propaganda, troll farms in St. Petersburg, disinformation on social media, fake accounts spreading racism, division, conspiracies. According to expert Mark Galeotti, the goal is clear: to create chaos, mistrust, and to make the EU collapse from within. Parties like the AfD in Germany, Le Pen in France, and Lega in Italy have all been linked to Russian interests or banks. It's not just about ideology, it's about geopolitics. But it's not just Russia. Capital is also playing a dangerous game. Tech platforms are controlled by algorithms that prioritize anger. Anger equals clicks. Clicks equal money. Researcher Shoshana Zuboff calls it surveillance capitalism. Your reactions are a commodity. Your contempt makes someone rich. Fascism, nationalism, hate, it sells. And some investors, from Silicon Valley to Russian oligarchs, know that. Steve Bannon, former advisor to Trump, started a global network to support right-wing populism in Europe. It's not a coincidence, it's business strategy. What happens if the EU falls? 3 scenarios have been discussed by geopolitical experts like Zbigniew Brzezinski. Russia gets free rein in the East. China takes the lead in global trade and technology. The US isolates itself and loses its influence. The EU was created for peace, but is now threatened from within by nationalism, economic crisis, and information warfare. We are at a crossroads. Understand what is happening before it's too late. This isn't about party politics. This is about history repeating itself. We see the same patterns: economic crisis, division, scapegoats, and behind the scenes, superpowers and capital. It's not just the EU at stake. It's the idea of a united, peaceful Europe. And the future for those who come after us. For those of you who see that the world's biggest wars aren't always fought with weapons, but with ideas. This is meta mindset.